All right,
Board.
we will start with, let's start with Merk and a gold. So a gold invites you to train for your little downtime. And
All right, gold.
Merk and a gold goes, what weapon?
Oh, good question. Let's do whips.
Oh, fuck. And a gold just grabs out a whip. He's not. Then you guys are training out back in the snow, and a gold is clearly not very proficient with the whip. But as you two are training, and a gold says, "All right, let's see some of your psionics." You kind of get a firm grasp on using your psionics and your weapons together, more so than usual, and less spells start coming to mind and more combat techniques start coming to mind, and you start to remember your time in the war a little bit more. Give me a memory of Merk's time in the war real quick.
So this is a long time ago. Merk was a little squalid Gretchen on the side of the road, essentially, that was scooped up and brought into the war. He's at basic training and essentially being tested to see if he has any type of psionic potential. And on his first day is when he sees Marlene, which is this hero from a long time ago that someone may know in this group, but to him, she was everything. He sees her walking past, and at that moment, he vows that he's going to be in her squad.
All right. And as you remembered this, you remember the vow you made that day, and your spells and the spells you've used at this point kind of fade away, and you remember your techniques. Merk, you are now a psionic warrior fighter. All right, next, Will, you're going to spend time deciphering your spells?
Yes. He'll also maybe go to the library to see if he can find anything that could be like the code, or maybe, since that's something he discovers that it's a code, not a language.
Okay, yep. You are in the library at the same time as Talia. And yeah, I will say, because you're looking in the library for a cipher, give me this with advantage. Or technically, roll 2 of them, and you can choose which one you take.
For which,
Basically, you're going to roll 2 dice. You're going to roll 2 dice.
Okay, first is 9. Second is 16. I'll take the 16.
You'll take the 16? Okay. 5, 10, 15. Wait. 5, 10, 15. All right. As you're kind of learning through your spells, and you are able to you find something that's pretty close. You're able to get a few words, and you think you remember the spell. Unseen Servant.
Ooh.
You can now use Unseen Servant from your spell list.
Yay!
All right. Talia, what are you looking up in the library?
I think Talia is just sort of looking for anything that can cause people to lose their temper, not on their own accord, and seeing if there's any like dippable poisons or toxins like that in any of these books.
Sure. Give me a history check.
Whoop. Say 12 plus 5, 17.
Ooh, nice. So you think you might have found a few things, a few potions that cause this, maybe a few poisons. You can't tell their origins or where they come from or how to make them, but you get like a few names in your head. of stuff that can induce someone into a rage, but you're not quite certain just yet.
Anything else she would be looking for would be looking in relation to Wilbur and his chest.
Yeah, with that 17, I'm gonna say you find some old books on necromancy and the art of bringing someone back to life.
I show Wilbur.
Oh,
Wilbur's gonna kind of like glance up from like his book that he has and kind of like look over and just be like, huh? And look at it and just be like, what? What's this?
I think you may have died.
Is there anything that happens when she mentions that to me?
As you mention, she mentions death. That same image flashes in your mind a little clearer of you being sliced in the chest and stabbed in the back. And the I'm sorry, you can't see the person in front of you just yet, but you turn to face the person behind you, and it is a girl with white hair pulled into a ponytail and green eyes. Do you say anything to her?
I'm trying to think at the moment. Probably in the memory with it, he just says, "Don't. I'm sorry."
And you kind of see her tear up as the memory fades away.
He's just gonna reach for his necklace again and just like grip onto it, fiddling with the ring, probably running his finger over the carved initials.
Talia's gonna take a look at what Wilbur is doing, put her hand back on his shoulder, and start giving him shoulder, like a little thumb shoulder rub, going, "We'll find whoever you're looking for. Whether you know their name or not, we'll find them.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want to do, bud."
I will say, Talia, you have been traveling around in Spirit Hollow for a while. You know that a lot of necromancers live in a cross.
Boo. Looking.
No, I'm trying to remember where's it at.
Right?
Spirit Hollow. It is in Spirit Hollow.
Oh, is that the other location area?
Nope. Same region you guys are in.
And you said it was in
A cross. So that whole region, necromancers tend to gather there.
Okay.
And he was found
must be a
in
spooky
the
region.
Lanu Desert. Ooh. I'm gonna mention across to Wilbur to see if that sparks anything in his memory.
Nothing particular, Will.
Ah.
Do we want to try to travel there? See if anyone recognizes those initials?
We can see. Right, question.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I hate to ask, am I able to think back on my dream and maybe see if I can remember where it was?
Give me a history check.
Okie dokie. What's my history? Oh, fuck.
Okay.
It's a -1 with my history, so let's see.
Oof.
Oh, God. That's a 0.
You got a yeah, you can't remember, and in fact, it gives you a bit of a headache trying to remember.
Fuck. Of course, of everything for me to.
A freaking one.
He used to be smart, I swear.
You are smart. History sucks.
Fuck. Okay, well, so much for that. I mean, if it could lead us in the direction of what maybe happened to me, or if I did die, who brought me back, it might be good if the rest of you are down to go that direction.
So, right, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
On the way to across, would we happen to cross a certain elderly woman's house who happens to have her grandson with her?
So just so we're aware, across is another region. I'm gonna say you guys can't go there today. However, give me a second.
Like looking at the old map, we'd have to cross through Crimson Mystics to get to across.
Looking at the new map, which is the most recent one, I will say, where are you guys? You guys are here. I will say potentially.
How long of a trip would it take for us to get over there?
Probably at least 2 days.
She'll tuck that information in the back of her mind and say, we can bring it up later with everyone else.
Okay. Oh, is there a map somewhere in the library for us to look at to try and like figure
Yep.
out like
Yeah, there is a map of the whole of Mistdell, so Spirit Hollow and Aethergard, and it's the same map that the new updated map.
Okay, so we'd have to probably go through. I can't pronounce that name.
You guys can go through. Yeah, you guys might have to go through Ilion, or you guys can try and go past Crimson Mystics to get to across.
There's two ways we can
We have
go:
a few
Ilion or
options.
Old Fallshire. Either way, both of them would lead us to Crimson Mystic to get to across.
Yes.
Old Fallshire would take longer, and you guys would have to risk the Misted Forest, which Talia knows. Like the forests of Old Fallshire, you get lost very easily without a guide.
Spring gray.
We can talk with the others later and figure things out. We don't have. I don't need to get the answers now. If there's still creatures missing, I don't.
I'm just
Want-
saying, if we happen to end up there, I'm happy to help you look.
Okay.
That is year 2's downtime. Merk's training. Viola, you are mending your clothes together. I'm not even going to make you do a run for it. Are you practicing as well for the performance tonight?
Yeah, after she's done mending her performance outfit, any loose stitching or anything, she'll run through her set list, probably outside to give her more space to move around.
Yeah, you see Rose. She kind of comes back from doing some chores and she kind of hears you playing and kind of listens in. All right, and you guys get another action of downtime. So, whatever you guys want to do. I know Viola mentioned wrangling you guys into the performance if you want to suggest that to them or whatever you guys want to do.
Oh yeah, if once me and a gold are done going toe to toe, you see the fight quickly devolves wrestling match, and they at the very end, a gold has Merk in like an ankle lock, and Merk has to tap out. That after that, Merk is gonna go find Viola because of this performance, and Merk wants to help, whether he has 2 left feet.
I know Viola would appreciate that a lot because being up there on stage terrifies her by herself.
So he'll go find her and dust off his best pants that he has and be like, well, I'm here.
All you had to do for Talia to say okay begrudgingly, though, to her dismay, is that you are scared to go up there alone, and she'll just look at you with these eyes that say, like, God damn it, but okay. What do you need me to do?
Wilbur
And
will
then
also like follow Talia out to help because he's like, it's the least we can do. I don't know if I can dance, but I'll try.
Talia will also go into her suitcase to see if she can find her really nice like top and a nice pair of black jeans because her normal jeans are usually ripped to shreds.
He probably just takes his the trench coat off because like that's the only thing that's like big and bulky. And he's like, I hope everything else is fine. 'Cause I don't got anything else.
All right, Viola, you are able to like give everybody your orders. Their orders.
Who can play an instrument?
Merk raises his hand.
What can you play?
I have a flute.
Can you play it?
I can.
Are you any good at it?
Well, no one asked me that, but I'm okay. I'm decent.
If I put a set of sheet music in front of you, could you play it?
Oh man, reading? Yeah, I could probably read it.
Okay, so she pulls out one of the songs that Enex had written before disappearing and hands it to him. It's not exactly set for a flute, but it's close enough, I guess. If you need help, don't hesitate to ask. I'm pretty good with most instruments.
Well, if I do terrible, just put me on backup dance.
That was the plan. As for you two, and she'll kind of look over Talia and Wilbur with her head tilted. Yeah, I think backup dancing's gonna be the best bet for you both.
Yeah, I got no instruments, so
All good, all good.
I'll take
Usually-
singing as a free proficiency if you want, but continue. Same with dancing. Continue.
And she'll look at him and go, okay, so here's just a basic set. Free. If you're during the concert, you feel inspired and you want to add more, go for it. Just don't step on each other's feet and don't shove me off stage. Those are my only things.
Yeah.
Wilbur's
And
gonna do like a sailor salute, like, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
and she'll basically just start showing them a basic step twirl, step somersault.
Oh God.
And she goes, it's pretty simple, right?
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
gonna
Step,
roll
twirl.
I'm just gonna roll performances. I don't even know how well.
Step,
Roll
twirl,
performance or
backflip.
acrobatics.
Hey, a 10's not terrible. That's average.
Perception and or acrobatics and performance are the exact same, so we'll just do performance.
I mean, for a guy that has amnesia,
Hey! Not
Nice.
20.
Nice!
for a guy that has amnesia, he's not too bad, and I'm glad I did that instead of athletics because that is also a negative one.
Not
So-
bad, guys. Not bad. Merk,
Yeah.
get off the flute.
All right, you got it. Here, let me show you some of my moves. He starts like dad dancing.
Please don't do that.
All
Oh
right,
my
there we
God.
go. Yeah,
Merk,
yeah.
you're just gonna you're just gonna
just be
stand
the
in the
cheerleader on
back,
the side.
okay?
You hear a voice go, Merk, couldn't you use your psionics for some special effects? And Rose is right behind you guys.
Wilbur's gonna
He,
like
looks-
carelessly scream and jump and turn around.
he looks over at Rose. You know what? You are darn right. That's right. I could sit here in the back and I can make some cool fireworks and explosions.
That would be perfect.
Hey.
Thank you. Please don't step on other people's feet.
Well, I already stepped on Talia and Wilbur, so I apologize. My bad.
I felt nothing.
Talia's just holding her boot.
All right, so I'm gonna run through my set list, and you guys just do what inspires you. And she'll start playing. We'll save the actual music for the actual concert.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
All right, yeah. So yeah, you guys practice for a little bit, and you guys get pretty good. And the night of the concert rolls around, and you guys are back in the inn. I will move Israel because Israel is now in the crowd. You guys can take your positions around the stage.
Whee. There we go. I was like trying to get it.
I will have you guys do a group performance, or not group performance. Whatever works for you guys. So, Wilbur and Talia, you guys can do a group. You guys can do acrobatics or performance, whichever you would prefer, because you two are dancing. Viola, performance. Merk, what do you think
I'll
would
give
work?
the person, whoever rolls the lowest, I'll give them advantage with my.
Okay, you're gonna
psionics.
help. Perfect. So you're gonna give help to whoever rolls the lowest. And this is going to be for the whole performance.
Okay, so
Ooh.
you had to.
Sounds good.
I can't see what my rolls are, apparently.
You rolled a
Yeah.
19.
Yeah,
I rolled a
you
19.
you got a 21, M.
Oh.
Could Viola use a heroic
Please be good.
inspiration?
Yes. If you want to give
I did it again.
Wilbur an inspiration, go for it.
I will also give him inspiration, yes.
All right, so you can re-roll.
Okay. I'm gonna just do it on my normal.
Viola, what did you get?
Are you fucking? That was a nat one.
Okay, we're
Oh.
taking the 10, and you got a 15. So yeah, you guys do fairly well. I think, well, you get another re-roll because Merk is helping you, so
Yeah,
you
Merk
get
sits
one
in the
last
back and
re-roll.
helps you replace your feet.
Okay, 11 plus 3, so that's 14.
There we go. Yeah, you guys do really well at this performance, and oh yeah, okay. So that's what your outfit looks like. That's really cute. Viola, can you describe your outfit, please?
Hold on, let me enlarge one of the photos. I was doing this right quick before the session.
And this is the first number that you guys are playing. You are listening to right now.
Nice.
I love it.
So
I know.
she's
I used to love the song.
She's wearing a sleeveless purple number with a translucent purple shawl, and her usual pigtails are pulled back into a high ponytail held together with a bow. And she's got about 6-inch heels on. And
Damn, 6-inch heels.
She's as tall as me.
it's the most at home you've seen her look since you guys have met her. She's on stage, she's singing, she's dancing, she's playing her violin, and for once she looks at peace with everything.
All right, so yeah, you guys get through all 3 songs. I'll have the playlist play through, and you guys do really well. Merk, you're helping Wilbur out when his feet kind of get misplaced. Talia, you need no help. You are dancing the best you've ever danced. And Viola, while it's still weird to you playing alone, you have the backup of your friends. And you are able to play amazingly well.
I will say during the last song of the set, which is a violin cover of Evanescence's "My Immortal," she will sit on the edge of the stage, and while it doesn't show in her voice as she sings, she is crying.
Oh.
No.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have the 3 songs play, but you guys finish out the night, and Tice just claps and goes, "Very well done. You guys did really good, and we'll pay you 110 GP. So that is your guys' to
Hey.
share amongst the group."
Oh wow. Damn.
However you guys see fit, that is yours to share up on the group. Viola, if you wouldn't mind putting the songs in your character channel,
Yep.
because I don't think I'm gonna have time to get through all of them. All right. So that night, you guys get done with your performance. You guys did really well, and you guys get back to the cabin. And Rose calls you all up to the library.
Oh no, we're getting scolded by Mom.
Oh no, I think she has some information for me.
So she smiles and goes, "Well, first off, well done tonight. You guys did really good.
I'm so surprised.
Oh, it ain't no thing.
I'm not surprised. I'm an excellent teacher.
I tried.
I think
I
I'm
am
gonna
literally the worst student.
It equals out in the end. It's fine.
I got stage right.
All right. So there is some business to cover. So thank you guys for coming out, all of you, for this. I know it was a little last minute, and we just very much appreciate it. And Gold nods. We know not all the creatures were found, but still, your effort was amazing. And here, she will pay. You guys all get each individually. You get 500 gold each.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
jeez.
Merk looks at her and says, "Are you sure?"
Please, I insist.
This is all Talia can do is just pull both of them into a hug.
A Gold kind of wraps his wings around her and smiles. All right, now that that's established, Talia, can you show us the dais again?
Sure. And she'll pull it out from her sack that she has on her and hand it to Rose.
And Rose kind of takes it, and it kind of hovers in the center of the table. She also has some hot drinks for you guys, so what are you all drinking? What's the hot drink of choice?
Hot chocolate.
I was just about to say, the most delicious of hot drinks. Hot chocolate.
Viola will probably take a hot tea with lemon.
I love how 3 of us instantly hot chocolate. Wilbur's probably
Hot
has like
chalky.
a mountain of whipped cream on it.
Hot chalky milk.
It's like the
please.
best warm hot chocolate you guys have ever eaten or drinking. It warms you to your soul. Viola, your tea is perfect. Like, it was brewed perfectly. And so it's got a little bit of sweetness from the lemon. Now this is something important. And she kind of gestures to the dais. What we hold in front of us right now is one of the daises of fate from Mistdell. There are 6 of these, each amplifying magic beyond their normal state. It's probably what allowed you all to unlock the soul hearts that were inside you all, which would come out when Mistdell needs it most. Should someone claim all 6 of the daises, they can cast even the most forbidden magic, and magic that should not be able to be cast. Most magics need to have a counter. All magics need to have a counter and a way to break. So, for instance, the most unbreakable seal in the world even needs to have something that can break it. However, should one gather all of them, they can cast a spell that cannot be broken. And it seems someone's going after them. I'm not certain yet what the beasts have to do with this, but it's can only be bad things. And Gold nods. There are 6 of the dioceses among Mistdell. You've discovered the Dais of Elements, which we did not know was at the top of Ice Peak Mountain. There are others out there. There are 6 in total, but we're only able to find info on 5 of them. There are 4 of them. There are 4 of them left that we have to find. 1 in Crimson Mystics, 1 in Seabirth, 1 in Aethergard, and 1 in Eclipsis. 1 remains, and it'll take a while to find that location. I know we've already asked a lot of you guys. If you could make sure that... Thank you, Talia. We need to make sure that nobody who wants to misuse these gets their hands on them. And from what Gray told me, Artemis isn't working alone. If he was sent to collect the dyad of elements, then the others could be in danger too. Well?
I mean, I'm down to try and stop or us get those things first so they stay safe.
I agree with Wilbur. The answer's pretty clear from here.
Merk?
Merk's looking down, and then he slowly looks up at Rose, and he goes, "You know what this means."
Kind of tilts her head.
He ruffles in his pocket and pulls out a card. You just hired yourself a mercenary.
She takes his hand, gently shaking it. I believe we have contacts in all these places, or at least people that we know of that can help. A Gold nods. Seabirth, I think, Merk, you mentioned a young lady named Rise, and Rose kind of shoots him a quick glare before sighing.
That's right. That's who pulled the sword from the middle of the town.
She might be able to help us in Seabirth. Eclipsis, well, so I'm certain some of the churches in Eclipsis in New Fallshire will be able to help. As for Aethergard, we have some old friends of mine, friends of ours that can help. Lillian and Victor Ravenwell. They might be able to look into it. They're some of the smartest counselors I know in Solis Steam. As for Crimson Mystics, well, it's a hubbub of magic. Someone's bound to know something. And you guys get to decide where the adventure is going to go. This is the moment when you guys get to decide what kind of adventure you guys are going to have first. Now, I can tell you what kind of adventures I have planned. I will say there is one adventure that would be best to wait till later, but that is all I will say.
Can we know whose that is?
I mean, if you guys want to know, I can tell you.
I guess maybe at least tell us the location?
Crimson Mystics, you can go there first or like earlier, but there are certain story beats that might be easier once you guys have a little more of a reputation.
Okay.
If you'd like, I can tell you the themes of the adventures, but I leave it up to you guys.
I wouldn't
You know,
the themes.
I would say, and Merk's going to pull out that arrow that Talia saw earlier. I say we go after this guy first.
We don't know where he's gonna be. We don't know much about him. He's an unseelie fae. He looks at Gold. I'll try and get in contact with some of the fae in the other courts to see if I can get any info on him. But it might take me a while.
Fair enough.
And you guys are free to return to Crimson Mist, or free to return to Nihiver at any point. This is kind of like your base of operations, is Nihiver, and you guys are free to, like, decorate the rooms however you want. So here's how if anybody doesn't want to hear the themes of the adventures, I will DM everybody else the themes of the adventure, or I'll DM those who want to know, but if you all want to know the themes, I can tell you the themes.
Would like to
I'm down for
know.
that. Yes, please.
Yeah, themes are fine.
Okay, Seabirth, Pirate Adventure, Aether Guard, Noir Detective Mystery kind of adventure. Eclipsis, I haven't figured out too much of the theme, but I know there's going to be a heist involved. And Crimson Mystics is Regency.
Oh, Regency sounds so fun, but I know we should wait.
But the heist sounds fun too.
It does.
I'm partial to pirate or heist.
I think heist is my want sooner rather than later, but also pirates does sound good.
So I would
Pirates and
vote
heists
heist.
sound good.
I'm fine with pirates or heist. Maybe we should flip a coin because we seem pretty divided.
Yeah, it's those. I'm between those two as well. So it was heist, pirates,
Regency,
regional-
and Noir Mystery.
Yeah,
You know,
see,
what was
this is
I
in the
put in
town.
some info that I think would be fun. For the
Hmm?
fact of it, if we are pirates later on, I feel like us having a bit more experience might come in handy versus a
True.
heist. I feel like we could already pull off pretty well at our current level state.
So I'm going to say, I will tell you, I will be scaling these adventures to your guys' current level. So there's not there isn't any combat or level wise that I'm like, you guys need to do this later. The only reason I'm suggesting doing Crimson Mystics later is because you guys should probably get a bit more of a reputation because it is a Regency-based theme. That is the only reason I am saying that one might be good to do later.
And
I
I
think
get that, but what I was saying was just simply I think a higher level pirate adventure would be really fun.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh yeah,
That
I
is
can agree
I
with
think
that.
a high level heist would be pretty difficult.
yeah. So
None
probably
of
the
us are
heist would
really
be-
sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I'm not a rogue for once. My stealth is pretty. Bleh.
Well,
I
the
think a
harmonic
lower level
recording
heist
truth
would
is
probably
pretty
be.
famous.
Yeah, true.
Plus, I also have the spell of invisibility, which just as is can last up to an hour. So I think that'd be really fun for the heist.
There is. Okay, I'll have to ask you about this spell later, Rye, because I know it came with what I am, not my class. I'm like, do I know this, or is this something that would happen without me realizing?
DM me about it? All right, so are we all agreed on heist?
Heist, please.
Heist.
All right, Rose nods. Very well. I'll arrange travel to you guys to Eclipsis. You guys will go overseas for this. And you'll arrive in Eclipsis. I will give you some info. I will give you guys some oh yeah, so okay. I'll give you guys some info on Eclipsis.
Before we leave Nihiver, though, I do want to pull Rose aside, whether it's now or later.
Mm-hmm. 1 second, I'm typing read something. Okay.
Okey-dokey.
So Rose goes, Eclipsis is kind of a home of refuge for many people. After the war in a war 200 years ago, when Old Fallshire was just destroyed and the Tristis was banished to there, the remaining refugees all traveled to Aethergard, where they started, Eclipsis, where they started setting up New Fallshire. There are a lot of temples and dedicated to gods. You might want to seek out the Seers of Asin.
Seers of Asin.
So basically, the Seers are those dedicated, basically the clerics of Asin, the goddess of dreams and what did I say? Reality? Hold on.
Dreams and
Visions, dreams and visions. So,
Oh boy.
all right, you guys are gonna head to Eclipsis, and Emmy, you wanted to pull Rhea aside. We're not going to Eclipsis right now, but you wanted to pull Rose aside.
Yeah, I wanted to hand her a letter for Caleb and essentially telling him about what's happening and that I will be safe and that I'm coming home soon.
Rose takes the letter and she goes to your brother.
Yeah.
You know he's not far from here.
I'm not ready to see him yet, but I want him to know I'm coming home after this.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Thank you.
And Rose and a Gold will be about if anybody else wants to talk to them.
probably.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, you can go first.
No, you.
Probably before they probably call it a night, Wilbur is gonna kind of just go over to Rose and a Gold, holding his one satchel to be like, could I maybe ask you two about something when you have a moment?
Of course. Privately?
Might be best.
Rose nods, and she'll wait for everybody else to go to bed to talk with Will. Nikki, did you have something?
I was going to ask a gold for my old war uniform.
A Gold nods, and he's like, yep, I still got it. And he pulls it out of his closet for you. And it's been kept
And
nicely all this time.
I'll take it to my room and leave Wilbur to their business, but I give him a nod.
Viola, anything you want to do before bed?
She's gonna ask them if they'd heard any news about Shike and Enix.
I'm afraid not. I'll keep my ears out.
Right. Thank you. And she'll go to bed after that.
All right. You guys, I will actually change the music for this since this is Will talking to them. I did not download your
Oh,
I did not
no.
download your theme yet.
I don't even know if that would fit, so don't
It's
worry.
just some horrifying music. It's just like
No.
dee, 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 dee.
I mean, it probably will.
It's the same theme that Wilbur used in his intro. So you
Okay.
get Rose and a Gold alone in the library.
He's probably gonna mention what Talia's found in their kind of little bit of theory on that, but he's like, that's not fully what I wanted to talk about. I was curious if either of you maybe knew about an item, maybe?
Okay. What item is this?
hesitantly, he's gonna put his satchel on the table and just open it up and push it over, not wanting to touch what's inside it.
Rose kind of opens the book, opens the satchel, glances inside, and kind of pauses and looks at a gold. He kind of peeks what's inside, and he's like, "Oh." And they
Should I
both kind.
describe what's in it?
If you want to, that is entirely up to you.
I guess I'll explain a little bit of it. Unless you want to, unless you have a
No,
different
go
vision of
ahead.
what I-
Please tell me what Wilbur describes or tells them.
So inside this bag, it is the only thing inside it is a dark book. It looks very ancient with like almost like a reddish black leather on it, symbols engraved, and all around it, it is bound in chains.
Rose kind of nods and she goes, "All right. What do you know about the book?"
I don't remember, but I know it's not good to open.
The gold nods clearly if it's been bound and chained. He kind of sighs and he thinks for a second. I rolled history for him. He thinks. He kind of looks at the chains for a second. He kind of picks up the book gently. It doesn't make a noise like it usually does when you're interacting with it. And he kind of turns it over in his hand and he kind of looks at the center and he goes, "It could be a dark spell book, or it could have something to do with a god. I'm not certain. I'm sorry."
Okay, I know when I first woke up, it was in my bag,
And it
and I
was
just
changed?
knew.
It was changed when you
Yes,
woke up?
I'll say the chains. I don't know. I'll leave this up to you. Do the chains look newer than the book?
The chains definitely look newer than the book and kind of like glow an ethereal blue.
Yeah, so it does look like it's been rechained. But of course, Wilbur doesn't fully know that.
Roach just kind of nods.
But sometimes I hear noises from it.
And Rose just kind of nods. All right. What do you... And Rose is trying to find the right words. You're a spellcaster, Wilbur, right?
Yeah, back in that nightmare I had this morning, I was in a library, maybe for a school. I'm not fully sure, but there was something chasing me within that dream.
Roach just kind of takes a shaky breath. Do you know what it looks like?
All I What was the description of it? Like the
So a
hand and the
cloaked
eyes?
figure with glowing red eyes.
Okay. He does just tell them that, and it's probably the same shade of red what's on the book that's visible.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you see Rose's shoulders visibly relax, and she goes, "Good. Okay. Not what I was thinking. Good."
Okay then.
It's not as bad as it could be, Wilbur.
I feel like it's pretty bad. I mean, it knew my name.
It's not ideal. It's not good at all, but it is not nearly as bad as it could be. That can at least eliminate an idea of mine. And a gold just kind of nods. Ron. I think my fiance was thinking that it was the god of darkness, Braun.
Do I remember anything of that god?
Make me a history check.
Okie dokie, let's see, what's my history?
History or
My
religion?
history is shit.
History or religion?
Both are shit.
All right.
That's a 13.
You vaguely remember Magda, well, Robin kind of bringing up the god, but Magda and Nora would always like kind of try and get, or at least Magda would try and get him to stop talking about it as soon as they brought it up.
Okay. Like thinking back, I was like, he's like, okay, if it's not that, that's good. He's kind of going back and forth, being like, should he ask them if they could keep the book? But at the same time, he's like, I don't know if that's a good idea. Be separate from it. Kind of like asking their advice, being like, what do they think is best to do with this thing?
Will, do you trust yourself?
I don't know.
I think this book should stay with you for right now, but if you ever don't trust yourself, if you ever feel tempted to open it, I will take it off your hands.
Okay. He's just gonna slowly close like the satchel again. And it's just like, I guess another thing is, am I dead?
Rose shakes her head. You're certainly not dead, at least not in the normal sense. A gold nods, but you're not. Many reborn or many undead, when they come back to life, they are mindless. At least those controlled by necromancers. You're something different, Will. You're alive again. And you should be grateful for the second chance you got.
Okay. Thank you. And he'll kind of like just take his bag and just slowly go back to his room, now confused more than ever on what the heck happened to him.
Rose will give you a gentle hug as you go back to your room.
Probably really relaxes with it, finding it maybe familiar, but he's not sure.
All right, is there anything anybody else would like to do before we end this session?
All good for me.
Sorry that took so long. I did not expect it to do that.
Don't apologize.
All right.
I'm all good.
All right. I'm going to say that is where we call it for this session. So you guys kind of end, just going to sleep. I probably won't have you guys roll for dreams, at least right now. But this is where I mean, it's totally optional. We can do one more roll for dreams if you guys want to. I am up for it. Whatever you guys want to do. If you feel like you want to have your character have another dream, go for it. If not,
Yes, please.
if you want to have your characters do a roll for dream and put it in the chat for me. I'm glad you guys are liking this mechanic.
I do.
It's fun.
It's cool.
I was just saying that, like, it would be funny, like, oh, it's like we start the next session and then it's like instantly dreams and getting nightmare fuel.
What is with you two getting the same freaking thing?
I don't know.
I will shuffle the table again, so it won't be the same table.
Viola, are you coming into my dream again?
I don't know. Are you coming into mine? That's weird.
Yeah.
No. Stay in your own dream.
Oh my god, I've
no.
been waiting for this one. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say Nikki and Viola, or Merk and Viola, you guys have the same dream. I'm gonna need a different theme again. In
Oh,
this
no.
dream, you see a dark room. And you, yeah, we'll just do this theme again. I don't know. Whose theme should we do? I think we should do Artemis's. No, that's way too. Nope, not that one. That's way too suspenseful. How about this one? Actually, no. I think Cricket's will be best. Okay. You guys, you two see in this dream is a dark room with a table in the center, and you see Artemis kind of flicking the same crystal in his hands, and you can't see anybody else in the room, but you hear voices. And you hear a woman's voice arguing with Artemis. You should have at least been able to capture at least more than half of what you delivered me. Artemis goes, I tried. I told you. It ain't my fault. And you hear a new voice go, to be fair, we couldn't have anticipated our new adversaries. And Gritty goes, well, someone could have. And she kind of looks towards the center of the table. Artemis goes, hey now, don't you take that spoon with the boss. And all of a sudden you hear a fist slam down on the table and go, enough. It doesn't matter too much. And rising to his feet, you see a ginormous man, 7 feet tall, with red hair, and his face covered by a boar's mask with a red beard. And he goes, this is but a small setback. Cricket, you have the animals you needed. You can always gather more, and you have other sacrifices, do you not? And she goes, yes, Lord Garland. And she and you hear someone sit down. Artemis, you did well. You did the best you could with your condition. And you hear a new voice from next to this large man go, my master, should we ask the seer? And he kind of strokes his beard for a moment. Yes, I think we should. The rest of you are dismissed. Do what you all need to. And the dream fades away as you see the man with the boar mask smile. So that is what Viola and Merk dream about. Okay, who's next? Is Talia. You get... Okay, you've already seen this one, so I'm gonna shuffle again. Ooh, okay, this one's fun. Do I have this one? Oh, yes, I do. All right, so Talia. We're getting through a lot of the ones that I wanted to do. I'm so excited.
Hey.
You awaken. I say awaken. You're in your dream, and you are in this large, like, circular room with a ton of different seats filled with people, and you hear arguing, and one person's like, we don't have the resources to help out, and another goes, we have plenty of resources to assist in this endeavor. And one goes, what's the point in it for us? And you see, one second, a man with short black hair and glasses steps forward from his seat. And he's like, we need to get involved before things get worse, before this gets to us. And you see a man with white hair and glasses scoff at him. Aetherguard needs not get their own head in a war that we did not start. And you hear a gold speak up, and he goes, if you do not do something, the God of Darkness will destroy everything, regardless if Aetherguard gets involved. And looking over to a gold, Talia, you see a woman with purple hair standing next to him. And you see a younger looking Merk as well standing next to him. And you hear Merk speak up. Merk, I would like you to, if you would not mind speaking. This is basically, to give you some context on what's going on for you, this is a council meeting trying to get Aetherguard or Solus Steam support in the war. And a gold brought you along. So what do you say?
Merk looks around and, hears these people arguing, and he's much younger, and you can see there's a much more brashness to his face and to his canter. And he looks around and he says, I didn't paint you for cowards.
And the man with white hair glares at you and goes, "What?"
You heard me. We stood up. We're fighting. Why can't you?
And you hear a bunch of the other counselors nod in agreement. And Talia, as the dream fades out, you see the man with white hair glare at Merk as the dream fades out. All right. And next, Wilbur, you got 12. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh.
It's my choice.
Oh no.
Oh my god, we are getting through all the ones I wanted to get through. I'm so excited. Okay. This one, I'm not even giving you guys... Actually, I will give you guys this theme. Nah, too dark. I'm not going to do anything. You see a dark room with a table in the center of the room. And as you are observing this room, you see a cloaked woman, or a cloaked feminine figure, as you hear the thick footsteps. And the boar masked man steps forward. And he looks down. "My seer, I should ask about the heroes that have intervened in our business. What do you foresee of them?" And the woman kind of looks up and she goes, "My master, I shall be honored." And you see her kind of hover over an orb and her eyes begin to glow as she starts to speak. "I see a song of past romance. I see the sacrifice of men. I see portrayals of betrayal and a father's final stand. I see him on the brink of death. I see him draw his final breath. I see an elf who gets to make it home alive. But it's no longer you." And Wilbur, you wake up with that final word. I have been waiting to use that.
Waiting.
Oh, shut up!
The epic musical in this today.
I
knew you
no
were gonna
cards
sneak
to
it
these
somewhere. You
sessions.
always do.
What?
I knew you were going to sneak it in somewhere. You always do.
Yeah.
I thought of this months ago. All right.
You know that's right.
That is where we are going to end the session, with all of you waking up. And for fighting Artemis, the Displacer Beast, and the Snow Golem, and freeing the beasts, you all get a level up.